What is happening? And a very warm welcome back to the Inside the Process podcast. We are sort of opening up a little new segment to the podcast. We've had a lot of positive response to the new segment, and that is the sort of physique needs analysis. Instead of just like a general rate your physiques, well, people's in like a general sort of terms, from what I've seen, people's physiques just get picked apart, and you're kind of just left with a picked apart physique, and kind of you're kind of just left with a tear going down your face, to be honest. We will pick apart your physique, and we will point you in the right direction, as to priority muscle groups, middle of the road muscle groups, and obviously strong points as well. Kind of splitting them into three subcategories, which will obviously help you with regards to programming as well. So yeah, very very excited to dive into the first episode of this sort of mini series inside the process podcast. But yeah, before we dive into anything, how are you, Brandon? How are we doing?
I am smashing, mate. I am smashing. Now, more so for yourself, because I'm just in the off season pod along, mate. I'm just progressing. But I saw you obviously got recently ill. You're still a little bit under the weather right now.
Yeah,
And honestly, mate, every week we come on the podcast, you're just fucking even more pumped. It is
yeah,
pretty
mate.
cool.
Yeah, it was fucked when I woke up on Sunday, because I'd like, not that I'd made an effort to not look at the physique. I'm not like so emotionally attached in that way, but I just kind of hadn't looked at my physique since like I'd trained on the Wednesday, and now this is just my first day back. So I had like 4 rest days off in a row. Um, it's tonsillitis, I believe, is what I've got. It just kind of like, it's kind of weird though, because when I get unwell, it's as if my body, like, 'cause I'm really not used to getting unwell. Like, I literally say it all the time. Like, I'm
Mate,
almost like,
I think you said it last week in the
yeah, I
podcast.
literally
I
said it
think you
last week.
said
That
it last week in the podcast.
I don't get unwell, but like, it literally is like I start taking like weird reactions. I can't remember what it was today. No, that's what it was. When I woke up, my face was like so puffy, like watery. Like, I could see my cheeks like out the corner of my eyes. They were that puffy when I was walking this morning. I was like to Ellie, I was like, does my face look weird? And she was like, yeah, like, what the fuck? So yeah, it kind of looks like I've just woke up. My eyes just look so beady. But we're functioning a whole lot better. We are on the up. The penicillin protocol has been deployed. But as
Yeah.
you say, like, we on the Sunday on check-in day was a new low of 65.05, which is a new low by about point 0.4 or 0.45, point 0.5, round about that mark anyway. And that brought some fucking new condition, albeit like I wasn't like stupidly flat, but I was kind of flat through the lower especially. But I'm not as flat as I thought I was going to be, to be honest. So that was kind of nice in that sort of scenario. But yeah, new condition coming through, which is obviously good to see. Um, and as we were kind of speaking about before the podcast, won't dive into too much details, but with regards to kind of changing shows about, because realistically, it's not kind of feasible for me to be still prepping, like 6 months down the line
Yeah.
in September, just with how easily I get peeled. That's obviously something that we'll be able to take into consideration going forward, because obviously we knew that with pre-prep, but being on still super super high food now, and things are still like moving and moving and moving. We've got now 2 high days implemented in, on a weekly basis, which is cool. We're having 3 this week, just as like this kind of initial welcome back to training kind of thing today. So we had 575 today, which is 150 above baseline, and then my usual high days are just 100 above baseline. But they go down a street, man. Like, it's been so seamless. But yeah, that's really all from my sort of perspective. But you were saying as well, like before the podcast, training is just in such a good spot. Like, I feel like that's the kind of case with a lot of the beyond the process boys. People saying that we could run through brick walls and stuff like that. But that's really, that's where you grow. I spoke about it in the story earlier on. Like, the gaining is literally it's the most important phase. Like, by an absolute long shot. If you don't, apply yourself fully to that, you're not going to have that physique that's worthy of anything realistically on a stage.
Yeah. And for yourself right now, like, that's such a like an exciting part like of your process where like every little new law is gonna reveal
Yeah,
something that you literally have not seen before. So
yeah,
It's pretty fucking cool to see. And literally every week that you're posting physique shots, like I can see, like even when I'm not like obviously coaching you, Josh is coaching you, but even like when I see it on social media, I'm sure everyone else can, like they can see like fuck, like we've
Yeah,
never saw this conditioning from you before as well,
yeah,
which is super exciting. And again, like you're so far ahead from where you need to be, which is again why you're having these regular high days. And it again, it just like that stress drop off, just knowing that you have more time than you need, like is
yeah,
only going to pay dividends towards the condition you're going to be in for your first show, and just how I assume you will obviously look on stage as well, which would be super cool.
yeah.
So, how many weeks till the first show?
We are 13 weeks. Oh no, mate, 12 weeks and 6 days.
But
We're
mate,
getting
like
close, mate.
think about how close that is. Like that's closer to when I finished prep. You know what I'm saying? And like
Yeah, yeah, because you
how
finished week.
fast that's been. Like
Yeah, that
so
that is mental to be fair. Mate, but as you were saying about like the stress thing, like I've never been so like chilled in my life than where I am now. Like I'm so like unstressed. There probably is a word for that now, but you know, my illness is kinda eating away at my brain. But there will be a word for that, but I'm so chilled out now, and I literally could not be less stressed, genuinely. Everything is moving like exactly how we need it to be.
sick.
So ahead of schedule, so literally zero
Yeah.
complaints at
And
all.
what's like your food at right now? Like kind of baseline food. You're still eating like a decent amount of food, aren't you?
We're over 3,000 calories on training a month.
Fucking hell. You're actually laughing, mate. You're laughing.
On high days were 3,500. Today we would have been, let me just think, 3,000, but run about 3,750.
I'm actually just gonna check. I think you literally might be eating more food than me right now.
Mate, that's like
Well,
I've
I'm on like 3,100. So we're literally pretty much in the same macros.
that's fucked.
That is pretty fucked.
That's it's really becoming apparent to me that that's like a genetic kind of gift that I've got. I would say strong point, but like because my expenditure is not like silly high. It's not as if like I do 20k steps every day, and that's why my
Yeah,
food's
yeah,
higher. I do a fuck ton of cardio. I do 2 times cardio a week, and
yeah,
realistically, it's not exactly needed. I
yeah,
do it.
100%.
I do it because I'm told to do it, and I do it because I fucking enjoy it.
Yeah.
Good time to sit down and watch some YouTube. Like,
I really enjoy my cardio. I've only got it
yeah, I
on
look
rest days
forward
right
to it.
now, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think I think like peak prep is like 5 30 minute sessions, but like mate, the first 30 minutes a day I get to just sit and like watch a show or watch a podcast,
Yeah.
something like
Uh-huh.
fucking enjoyable, mate.
How?
Like
Why on earth would you dread that? Like,
yeah, like
again,
unless
make
you
it
literally are
make it
doing like
enjoyable,
out,
man.
yeah, see if you're doing like an hour like cardio straight, then I've never done that before, but I assume that the back end of that is probably you are feeling
I've got
just
some experience with that when I dieted myself.
what
I
what
used,
what was it like?
mate. To be honest, like I wasn't aware of like fatigue and all that sort of shit, so I was fine, mate. I
Yeah,
used to watch 3 episodes of Young Sheldon back to back post session.
yeah.
Like I would literally, I would do an hour of cardio after every single session, and I was training like 5 times a week. So I do 5 hours of
Mega.
cardio a week.
Actually, I was in the gym on Sunday for like calves, abs, and posing,
Mhm.
and there was a guy doing. He asked me like what I was in the gym for. I was like, "Oh, what you're in the gym for?" He's like, "Oh yeah, I just did 30 minutes." I think I don't know how long it was, but he said he just done cardio on the stairs, then he's hitting the leg session. And I was just like, "Oh, so mate." So, but I did explain to him, why I would recommend if you're going to go to do cardio, do it after your session
Yeah, I would even probably shy away from doing cardio
on leg
after legs
days.
if you could,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
an absolute bare minimum, have them what, like 6 hours as a kind of rough guideline away from training sessions, never mind
yep.
fucking legs.
I know,
Like
I know,
I
hundred
just
percent.
take them away from leg sessions because I don't
Yeah,
need to.
100%. I think rest days, upper days are the best, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
realistically, them like you're gonna have 2 maybe 3 leg days a week. Like that's still more than enough days to have cardio.
So our first physique that we are going to be diving into is Mr. Harry Brown, also coached by Mr. Josh Campbell. I'm going to try and move the little riverside thing. I don't know if you can see this actually on your screen.
I
But,
cannot. I'm trying
oh,
to
you
sort of
you can't see what
get
riverside
the
is.
screen a little bit bigger, but I think this should be fine, to be honest.
Can I just do this and like flick through the photos like this? Nah, I can't. I'm going to need to individually click them. First up, we have Mr. Harry Brown. At the time of sending this, which was Wednesday, 7 weeks from his first show,
Okay.
was a teen bodybuilder. Uh, so 17, 13, and 14 weeks. So 7 weeks, I believe, is PCA Naturals 1 or 2, maybe.
Okay.
So that'll be, I mean, maybe, well, I'm assuming he would do the first timers class as well as juniors, or maybe either or at that show, in 13 and 14 weeks from the last two. Sitting at 74 kilos now, maybe 9, 10 weeks into prep, currently. Looking really fucking good, realistically. In really good condition, from especially from the upper, just obviously the rest of the condition rather to come in is just from the legs realistically, but I think in a good spot for 7 weeks out,
Yeah,
from
the
his
thing
first
is,
show.
like, he's 7 weeks out from his first show, but he also has a 6 week gap between, I
Yeah,
assume what is going to be his main shows. So I
yeah, yeah,
assume, obviously, he hasn't kind of said much here, but I assume that, for this first show in 7 weeks' time, that he isn't aiming to be 100%. And I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that's what people need to realize, well, especially first timers. Like, that's something that happened to me as well. Like, for my first show, like, me and Josh, like, we never planned to be 100%. Because especially, like, see if I was 100% at that show, like, how fucked would I have been for the rest of the shows?
yeah, the rest of them, yeah.
See if you come in at 100% the first show and then you have shows 6, 7 weeks down the line, 6, 7.
Gee, I kept a straight face. I kept a straight face.
I just lost my train of thought, but yeah, 6, 7 weeks down the line, like holding that condition for 6 or 7 weeks is going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah,
Let's say Harry comes in at 90% and then he has, 10% more to sort of come off, like in a sense, when it comes to condition, that will line him up at 100% for those two shows, which again, I think is very, very good and very, very smart from, again, him and Josh, especially with the back-to-back peaks, which I think is super good. Instead of doing, main shows that are like a good few weeks apart, it can be very,
yeah,
very hard to maintain that look. And again, when you're in that condition, like you don't want to be in, 100% stage condition for a long period of time because again, it's just going to eat in muscle. You're going to feel like shit. Your training performance is going to drop off. So again, I think this plan is very, very good. And again, for first timers as well, I think, quote unquote, doing a warm up show is very beneficial, mate. Like you learn
yeah.
so much at that first show just when it comes to how the shows ran, like little things like this. And see when you go into your main shows, like you're so just chilled out because you're almost used to it in a sense and you know what to expect because the first time backstage, like you have no clue what's going on. You're
Yeah,
just like,
it's nervous no matter who you are, realistically.
yeah, like you are like if you do feel like a little bit lost in a sense, but you just get used to that. And I do think that doing that, again, I assume that he's doing multiple federations as well because obviously I think you said there the
Yeah,
PCA
it'll
first
be PCA, UK DFBA, and the WNBF. So three.
six.
So
Yeah,
that's obviously good to get like a good variety. See what you like, see what ones you like best. Just dipping your toe in the water realistically for what I assume will be a long career in bodybuilding. But literally, like even just looking at this and stuff, like midsection's like super super tight, like waist is
yeah,
fucking tiny. Um, so yeah, literally, condition obviously coming in like throughout the side leg and stuff like that. Obviously from like a physique sort of standpoint, the upper is stronger than the lower. Again, I'm sure Harry won't mind me saying that. And that obviously is like apparent with the condition as well. But obviously it's a case of you're still from for 7 weeks out, 13 and 14 at the time of you sending this, you're still like ahead of schedule realistically. So you've still got a lot of time to fucking pull off that little bit of condition through the law. But yeah, overall, in a really good place. Plan in terms of shows, timeline, and stuff like that seems fucking pretty spot on. So literally, that is all there. Realistically,
yeah.
from like a
Especially for a teen though, like Harry is pretty balanced. Like it's not like you look at that
yeah,
physique and you think, "Fuck, his legs shit." Like his legs aren't shit. Like his legs are still
yeah,
good. It's just that his upper body is just a little bit better. But again, like there's rarely ever do you see a physique that is 100% balanced, and obviously I would be putting a little bit priority, especially on just the overall lower half, especially in that side leg there, that side chest. Like you can see your arms are like a little bit kind of more dominant in a sense. That you can see that there. You would just like to see that side leg be brought up to be once again sort of balance out that shot there, and then quads you can see as well. Just when it comes to the what's the word I'm looking for, the
the sweep.
uh No, sorry, the condition, the condition. You can
Uh,
see as well the lines aren't as deep yet, which again, yeah, like you have more than enough time to bring that condition in, and obviously that's sort of where, especially when you look at physiques and getting the stage condition, etc., the body parts that come in last will be the body parts that have the least amount of muscle at it. And you can sort
yeah,
of kind of see that in this front shot, especially with the, separation in your delts and arms is very, very clear. But, I would just like to see a little bit more, quad definition pretty much come through, which again is going to come, I'm sure, in these next few weeks.
yeah. I was just about to say, I have no doubts that will come in, come obviously even fucking 7 weeks out. Never mind 13 and 14. But yeah, that's going to be a good one to watch unfold.
Very excited for
Obviously,
it.
another one of Josh's boys, in the teen category. So yeah, that'll be really good to see. But yeah, that is all for Mr. Harry Brown. I've also got another one of Josh's boys as well. Goals are to compete for the first time this year. I believe maybe like a few
Okay.
weeks until prep. I think these photos don't do him justice.
I've not seen them, mate,
Um,
so
you can tell like he is like fucking very well muscled.
I was gonna
Um,
say he's very bubbly.
Yeah, he's dense. Like he is
Yeah, yeah.
dense. Like I'm not sure he's sent like a body weight over here, but you would think that he'd be like high body weight.
Yeah, that's a really
Well,
good
that's
shot.
like a
That's a
fucking
really good
silly
shot.
shot. Like that's really fucking good. Like he has got a lot of fucking muscle. Um, so goals are to compete for this year. I believe. I believe he is a junior.
I
I
believe
can't.
so.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to move the little Riverside thing so I can
It's all
um
good, mate.
go back.
You know what? The best part about George's physique for me is his hair. I love his hair.
Oh yeah.
I think that gets the top spot there.
I'm just making sure I've got no dodgy messages there on the side
All good,
before
mate.
I click on this. But yeah, no, George, in a really good spot. I know you weren't in a good spot previously with regards to bloods, but then they got that back. Things were looking good.
What was
And
his? Was it his testosterone?
yeah, I believe his test was cooked. But then he got that back. He's got his new test results back, and they came back a lot better than the last time. So it was kind of like that was kind of the green light for prep, I think. But like overall, like we spoke about like a balanced physique. Nothing here screams out to me like it
It's his
really
back.
needs to come off. But yeah, I just about to say like it's just it's the and I was just about to say the beard. It's just the back, realistically.
Yeah,
Like
it's just like because you have so much muscle. Like when you have like a weaker body part, it just almost stands out even more in a sense. Which is like
yeah,
it's like when you have a strong body part, yes, it's good, but it also makes your weaker body parts in some poses even more
yeah, like
prevalent, if that makes
even
sense, and
clear.
stand out. But obviously, we don't have detail in regards to, his body weight when he's starting prep, but he did say that he's looking to prep this year. Kind of body composition wise, I wouldn't really, like if I was prepping yourself, like you can see that side leg definition there, like the
Yeah.
condition is pretty solid, but I wouldn't like you to get like I wouldn't recommend pretty much getting much softer from here, especially when it comes to a prep
Because
start point. Like
yeah, 100%. I don't think the trade off
yeah,
would be worth it. Not that it'd be like super detrimental, but I just think obviously like it's just
but
gonna have to come off at some point, and like
yeah,
the extra muscle quote unquote that you're going to get from that is going to be minuscule in comparison to say fat
but
gain. But right
also
now in a
sorry on
solid
you.
position, yeah, there you go.
Also, this is a sort of rare case where his bloods were off, his test is low, and to start prep, you want to be in a healthy position. So
No, his buds came back and they were better now.
that's what I'm saying. But I'm
Oh,
saying
right,
like
okay, yeah,
because they were bad, like you sort of do want to push up body weight, possibly a
yeah,
little
oh,
bit more
yeah.
aggressive. Accumulate a little bit of fat gain there. So yeah, just sort of kind of touch on that because that is the sort of rare case. But looking really good. Like obviously, back just needs to be brought up a lot compared to the other parts of your physique. But like very well muscled. I think
Yeah.
he'll do very good in
Chest,
juniors. I'm very
arms
excited to see that.
especially, I think is what screams
Yeah,
at me like that. Even the side leg as well. Like that's just a fucking silly shot. I think
really good shot. Yeah, really good shot.
very well muscled. I believe, if I believe is what is a junior, this year. I don't suppose this is a teen physique.
Yeah, I think it is junior. I think it is
Yeah,
junior.
yeah. So that'll be cool to see. On a stage, coming to
I
you
think
in
Yeah,
2026.
I think something we can go over here is just like obviously like when we assess the physiques, we're obviously going to be going over like weak body parts, strong body parts, but something
Yeah,
I think we can go over as well is like how to bring up your weak body parts. So, for example, like for George here, something that I would be looking like would probably be something like a split that does involve, training your back 3 times per week.
Yeah, yeah,
And getting that increased frequency in is important, but I wouldn't say it's the most important variable. What I would be
uh-huh.
looking at here is how he trains his back. So
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah, 100%.
looking at his physique, or how he's trained in the past, he probably just struggles to get an internal feel. And that's obviously just me assuming, but
Yeah,
he probably does struggle
often
to
is the
get
case though.
it often is, especially with back training, that's something
Yeah,
that's a body part that a lot of people struggle to
hard to
connect
be
with.
accurate with, yeah.
And in a sense, it's the most complicated, body part to train, like, and to
Yeah,
hit from all areas and tick all the boxes. But obviously now he's with Josh, I'm sure he's ticking all boxes in that regard. But when it does come to a split, I mean, honestly, like, looking at his physique, like, he probably could get away with doing like some sort of, instead of 2 leg days per week, sort of like a posterior session where he's only
yeah,
training
like
like
a
quads
pull
per
up
week,
and
maybe.
posterior
Yeah,
kind of run out. But yeah, there's a million and one different things you can do with a physique. But
100%,
the bottom line
100%.
is with a split. Sorry, the bottom line is just again, obviously quantity, no quality over quantity with regards to back training and stuff like that. But obviously, as you were saying, like the 3 times frequency would not be of detriment in any way, in any way, shape, or form. So that would be kind of our both recommendations on that front. But all in all, like a fucking solid physique.
Solid, solid, solid,
Yeah.
solid. I'm super excited to see this just get even better as it gets leaner. Because like especially like, I think what some people don't understand is like how much your physique comes to life once you lose a bit of body fat. Like the difference
Mhm.
is insane, absolutely insane.
Yeah, especially when you have a lot of fucking muscle as well. More muscle pressing against the skin is just going to look fucking better, more detail.
100%.
So I do look forward to seeing this physique sharpen up, as obviously the goal is to prep this year. So yeah, that is all for Mr. George Errol. Errol. I think it's one of those things that Scottish people can't pronounce. It's like Carl. It's like Carl.
Yeah,
Carl.
Earl, Earl.
But yeah, third up we have Mr. PJ sent across his physique. He's 20 weeks post show, which is obviously good to see. Uh, Here is how we're looking. First of all, the thing that stands out to me is like really fucking good like shape,
Yeah, very
especially
classic.
yeah, especially in like these shots as well. It's obviously fucking really, really, really good to see. Shapes like a fucking real standout. Um, in these shots. So yeah, 20 weeks post show, looking fucking really, really good. Still
Very good.
holding
Yep.
like a lot of fucking detail through the quads, which again, just like flicking through the shots, you can see quads are like probably a strong point, if not the strongest, um from like a muscularity standpoint as well. Side tricep, really, really good here as well. But yeah, 20 weeks post show, genuinely from like a
Can you
post show management
can you go on
standpoint.
these rear shots? Sorry, rear
Yeah,
shots.
yeah. From like a post-show management standpoint, that's
Yeah,
fucking
mate. Like,
really
again, like
ideal.
hamstring detail still there. Like really good spot.
Yeah,
Like again, he looks like he has nailed post show. Obviously, we don't have much information sort of how he looked like peak prep, but it looks like he's nailed his post show. Like he's not been, really conservative where he's prolonged his recovery. Like he looks like he literally has nailed it, which is really good to see. Can you go on to the rear double bicep? Sorry,
yeah, yeah. No, no, it's nice.
just sort of see that. Sick. Yeah, that's a really good shot. Really good shot. Um, Back's good. Arms are really good. Again, lower body's good. Can you go into side chest? Sorry, side chest.
Yeah, it's another very like, kind of well
Yeah,
balanced physique and
yeah.
like good shape as well, but really unique shape in a way as well because of the
I
way
was
that the
gonna say
lats
that. Yeah,
insert so high. But again, it makes for like a fucking really pleasing look, especially in front shots. But yeah, here's the side chest.
yeah. Sick. I would honestly, like, it's a really good physique, and honestly, like again, like, there's not like
It is balanced, yeah. Like
yeah, it's not like there's like a major weak point which is really good and is exactly what you want. I honestly would be really intrigued to sort of see how this physique looked, peak prep and the
do you want me to
conditioning.
bring it up?
Oh, have you got is there some shots on his page?
Yeah, yeah, I'll be able to find some.
Sick, 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 sick.
I'm sure there'll be like a prep 2025. Here we go.
What shows did you do?
I believe you done an Irish show. I think I just seen that there.
The
How did I
what
flick through stories here? Like, oh,
if
here
you
we go.
if you go if you go there's a WNBF Ireland like highlight, but that's about
Oh, Butcher. Butcher. Butcher reposted this.
Posing,
So
posing by Butcher.
MBFI, yeah, he is Irish.
Sick.
Yeah, I don't know why
Sick,
this
sick.
isn't loading. Oh,
Go to the front try. Just, oh, there we go.
thanks Instagram.
I can't really see that too
Yeah,
clearly.
no, oh right, oh, here we go.
Sick. I like that front try though.
Yeah. So this is the
Very
WNBF
nice.
Ireland. I
Mate, it
believe
looks
this will be
like
a routine. Don't know if
very
this
nice.
is done by
I
Mr.
assume
Butcher.
it's classic
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Very nice. Go to
Yeah.
the Prep 25 highlights. Just flip through that. Very nice, I try. Again,
Yeah.
like I know you mentioned about his quads being strong, but I actually think his upper body, I mean, in that shot as well, looks a little bit more dominant compared to his lower body there.
Yeah.
You sort
Yeah.
of see that's a bit more prevalent there. And again, like that it sort of shows, like, see when you diet down and you get into this condition, like it really shows off the body parts that are strong, the body parts that are weak, etc.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. Very nice condition.
Yeah, honestly, mate, it looks like he has nailed.
Post show.
Mate, like compared to that back, his back looks like he's grown a lot as well. Come up a lot. He actually looks like he's
Yeah.
grown quite a bit as well.
Uh-huh.
As well.
The shape's fucking
Um,
silly when you look at it like
the
that.
shape, mate. See with more muscle on that frame as well. Like, it's just gonna,
Yeah,
and it's
that's
just
a
gonna.
fucking that's dangerous fucking shape.
Yeah, that is dangerous. Like especially in classic. Like that's exactly what classic want in the sense that they want that kind of
Yeah.
uniqueness. You know,
Yeah, because that is just a fucking really unique shape with how high the
it
lats
is.
and
Yeah,
stuff, and it makes for like really fucking good front shots. And obviously with that little tiny fucking waist.
very nice.
So
I really like that front relax as well. And
yeah,
again, the front relax, like it's the first pose the judge is seeing. Like
it
see
sets the standards. Like
see off the rip, they almost sort of like, especially when they have call outs, like they almost like see when everyone comes out on stage, like they almost like pick out the first call outs, the second call outs,
yeah,
and it's pretty much gauged on that front relaxed, and
hmm
that's like how important that front relaxed is.
yeah. And when you've got the fucking shape and you've got the muscle that PJ has, like it's only going to stand you in good stead. Like especially like from like a fucking if you are blessed enough to have that shape, it's you just take the bat and run with it kind of. When it comes to that, but that's again pretty fucking gnarly. Again, that front tricep's really nice as well.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Big fan of that.
Yeah, but yeah, post show that was 22 weeks ago. So that these shots are that he sent. The ones that he sent over to the Instagram will be just about 20 weeks after this.
Very nice. Very
So it's
nice. Yeah,
fair to say that post show has been managed well from a condition standpoint.
yeah. Literally nailed his post show. I would be more than happy and like happy with if that was me in the post show 20 weeks. Like very happy with that. Uh,
Yeah.
and a great spot. Like again, like, the people who do nail their post show, like it really goes to show just how much they actually want to progress, and it
Yeah.
shows that they're
Yeah.
doing it for the right reasons as well. Because you know when
Uh-huh.
you're doing it for the wrong reasons, and you're doing it for, I don't know, like the sort of maybe even like for social media, whatever. Like
Yeah.
when post show comes around, like you're not going to stick to the plan, etc. So this just shows, that PJ obviously does care about his process. He cares about obviously the next time he sets on stage. He obviously realizes the importance of post show,
Mhm.
and he's absolutely nailed it to a T. So and again, even in those shots, it looks like he's grown a decent amount as well, which is
Yeah, within
he's
those
reaping the
20 weeks.
rewards of sticking to the plan.
Yeah. No, that genuinely couldn't have said it better myself. Spot on. Really nice physique, really fucking good shape, and a very well executed post show. No complaints there at all. So moving on to the third physique. I'm not actually sure who PJ's coach is actually. Eh,
I didn't see anyone tagged, so I'm not sure.
yeah, I didn't see anyone tag that, so that's a good question. Moving on to the fourth physique of today's episode. Raiden Mason, I believe coached by Mr. Jacob Tipper.
Okay,
Um, I believe he sent a lot of so we've got a lot of context
lovely
to go off
stuff.
here, which is
Lovely stuff.
lovely. Says he sent across quite a few different photos. Feel free to pick and choose. The first lot are from one day out, both fasted and post pump up. This was mid August, sitting around 162 to 165 pounds, respectfully. The second lot is now sitting around 190 pounds. The main critiques I'd love to hear. Honestly, I've gotten too far too quickly. this push up for context. I'm 18, so I believe pushing up heavy is still useful. In looking at the body parts that have come up, it does seem like my training has been putting priority in the right areas. And also, it says appreciate some advice when moving forward. Training is such a good spot. At the moment, fear that tidying things up may interrupt that. So, any advice of what I should do, both short term and the next phase, long term, pushing things up, right? All good, all good, all good. So, these first load of shots are a day out, I believe, fasted, and I think those post pump up ones, there we are. So the first thing that stands out to me, he's got a lot of fucking muscle through the lower, really fucking good quads. I believe he was competing over in America,
Okay.
coached by Mr. Jacob Tipper. So yeah, these shots were one day out. Fasted. Nice to see these are post pump up as well, sort of giving you um, more sort of detail. And he's 18 just now as well, so may have been like 17 throughout prep.
Especially for your age, like the amount of muscle you're carrying is like more than enough to be
Yeah,
competitive on a teen stage. Again, condition wise, I would just like to see this a little bit more conditioned.
yeah, yeah. Just literally, just like is literally just what I was thinking. There, obviously there's always more to take off in some way, shape, or form, but I do think you have the respectable amount of fucking muscle to show off condition. But yeah,
But
anything
again,
else?
like competing in America, like obviously I'm not sure what shows you did, but like it's this standard over there. Like I'm not saying you don't need to be as peeled, but it's not going to be as much of a detriment. Like
Yeah,
you're not going to stick like for example like no offense to Rain here, but if he stepped on stage at one of the teen shows last year, you know, at realistically any of the UK shows, like he probably would be out conditioned.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's that simple. But obviously, the stage that you step on obviously matters, and he's out there in America, and I don't. I mean, especially American teens, like I've seen some wild classes. It's like literally peak off season, So,
yeah, yeah.
again, I do think he probably could have been the most conditioned on stage, like
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah, because the condition, like, don't get what we're saying wrong. Like, the condition isn't in any way,
it's
shape, or
still
form
it's
bad.
still really good. Like it's
Like,
still really good.
there's
Yeah,
still like quad detail here, as you see.
yeah.
Um,
Like the
Almost
separation in the
that kind
quads
of
are there.
grainy
Like
midsection. It's just a
yeah,
case of there is just a little bit more to come off, and realistically, like, everyone's going to have something where they could have done this or that better in a
yeah.
prep setting. But all in
But
all, like,
also like, sorry, just one thing here. Like it actually may have been the right choice to, stop fat loss here, not push for more condition because especially when you are 17, 18, like all of the muscle you have is like it's very, very new,
yeah,
and it's very, very easy for that muscle to, for you to start losing that muscle. So again, it's all context dependent. I do think that it wasn't necessarily, the wrong thing, but you know, can you have been more conditioned? Sure. Maybe was it the right time to push for more condition? Maybe not as well, especially with all the context that we just went over there. So again, really good condition, especially when you look at that rear double, mate, and the lower
yeah,
back detail as well. Like it's very it's striated and he's hit a rear double bicep. Like that just shows the condition there.
yeah,
So again, really, like again, we really are nitpicking here. Like 17, 18 years old, like this is a really good physique, really good physique.
yeah. Like, I didn't look like that when I was 17 or when I was 18.
Yeah, literally, mate. Like again, a lot of people coming up in social media, like when they are 17, 18, they're literally comparing themselves to people who have been doing it for years and they're only like a year, if that, into actually
Yeah,
bodybuilding, and it's so context dependent. Like, for example, right, if you look at AJ Morris when he competed as a teen, right? Let's say you're a teen and you compare yourself to when AJ Morris was competing as a teen, you would probably be AJ Morris as a teen if you're in
yeah.
condition, like, and again, it's context dependent.
Uh-huh. So that was around 162 to 165 pounds, which is what, like 70 kilos?
I'm no clue the pounds. I
I know
literally,
I'm not a
genuinely,
pounds
I
guy
hate
either.
working in pounds. I cannot work in pounds.
I don't
That
like
is
pounds either because
73 to
yeah, 'cause I
73
was
to
about to say when
75.
I work in pounds, I'm sub 150, and that makes me sound fucking
Yeah.
that the
So it's
wind would take
73
me
to
away.
75 kilos there. Do you want to look at what was the
Yeah, and then
second?
190 pounds. So he said, he thinks he's taking it a little bit too far. in the push ups. So is there a
How,
time frame between you?
I would say there's a time frame in that. That's obviously very important.
There is not a time frame. However, hold on. I'm gonna pull
Sure,
up.
we can do a bit of
Yeah,
research here.
yeah, do a bit of digging and with regards
Is
to
he still
shows.
coached by Jacob as well right now? Did he?
I'm not sure if he's still coached by Jacob. If I had a gun to my head, I'd say I don't think.
Yeah, I would probably say that too, considering he's like kind of asking about his process.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He does post a lot on social media. He's quite active. Um, yeah, here we go. Yeah. So the 16th of August. Um, so he won teens. So like, look at that on stage like
Sick.
that. It's still pretty
Yeah,
fucking good
that's
condition.
really good, mate. Really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Teens yesterday. Yesterday was not yesterday. The 16th of August. So that's like a good fucking. That's a
Mate,
good.
he's 17 years old there. 17 years
Yeah.
old. That is an absolutely amazing physique for 17 years old.
Yeah.
Like that. You should be incredibly proud of yourself, mate. That is
Yeah.
a
Wait. So
big,
that
big
that's so
achievement.
we've got confirmation that is 17. Yeah, 17
Yeah, yeah.
against. So he came third against he came third in an open class.
That's
Yeah,
fucking
open bodybuilding.
really good, mate. That is
Yeah.
insanely good.
Yeah, so like literally just scraping the surface with regards to his career in bodybuilding,
Yeah, that's
and
sick.
jump to where we are now. So that is from August, September,
Forget how
October,
many
November,
weeks it is.
January, February, we're into March. 7 months later, how many weeks are we talking? Because I
Uh,
genuinely I work in weeks as well. Months,
28 to 30 weeks.
28 to 30 weeks.
Yeah. August 24th was 28 weeks ago.
Uh huh.
So this is 28 to 30 weeks post prep, and he's about like 15 kilos up ish.
15 kilos up. Okay, okay.
I think that's what he said. Yeah, like again, you didn't really kind of go over how post prep is managed. You did say you did push up body weight too quickly. Was that a case of you not like? There's a massive difference between that being you not adhering to the plan, sticking to the plan, you kind of just like half-assing your training, but compared to you maybe just pushing your surplus a little bit too high, but still
Yeah,
going in
it's two
training
completely different
using
circumstances, isn't it?
yeah, using that surplus to fuel your training. But again, at something you did mention there, like I do think right now that 30 weeks post prep, I definitely do think that a tidy up could be on the cards within
Yeah.
the like
Mate, it's
around the
not an
corner.
awful
Definitely,
position to be in
it's
30
not. It's
weeks
not.
post
It's
prep,
not.
especially
Not
with
at all.
all things respected, 15 kilos up?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's
100%.
definitely not an awful place to be in. Like, you can see that the tissue has been fucking added.
Honest, mate, you need to realize as well. See those check-in shots, the way he's doing them with the ring, like that is literally um, the most like brutal check-in shots,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and like you can clearly still see that there's definition in the quads there.
Yeah,
Again, like really good spot. Like you can literally see again, you've put on a good amount of tissue since then. Now, I definitely do think there is dividends to pushing out your body weight quite a bit. However, there's a balance between just not being too soft because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
when you become too soft, even if you are newer to training, like the especially when it comes to just simply being insulin resistant or less insulin sensitive, like your food is literally just going to be you're more likely to put on even more body
Yeah,
fat
yeah,
as
just
you get
gonna
softer in a
shuttle
sense
that to
because of that.
adipose.
But again, see when it comes to training performance, like I assume right now, as you kind of mentioned, I think you mentioned as well, like his training is absolutely fucking fine, and
Yeah,
right now he is making many steps forward. His progress is fine. I would just stick with this. Like, see if you feel good. Appetite's in a great spot, food's in a great spot, training's fine. I would sort of just sort of prolong the diet in a sense. If you
yeah,
feel good and all variables are giving positive feedback, like there's no sort of need to pull back, like in a sense of kind of body
yeah,
composition wise. But again, sort of like 30 weeks post preps, that's kind of like 8 months spent in a gaining phase now. Like that is, you know, I'm getting towards the later end, so I would look to do a tidy up within the next couple of months. I would recommend, even if it is a just sort of like mini cut. It doesn't need to be
yeah,
like I actually wouldn't recommend getting fucking peeled. Like there's no need to. It's simply just to pull back to then create another long runway to gain from. Because
yeah,
especially at your age, like you just need more muscle. Like it's that simple
yeah,
for
just about spending
competing
as
at
much time as you can.
Obviously,
And
like, I'm not sure if he's going to be competing as a teen again, because I'm pretty sure he still can compete next year as well, which is scary to think about. Like,
yeah,
that is pretty scary. So if that is something that you are looking to do, then I would sort of really start to get down, what your plans would be for next year. Then that will pretty much what I like to do from there would be sort of to reverse engineer that process, and then that will sort of, give you, how long left
yeah,
in this
just
game
maps
phase, pretty
everything
much.
out for you.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, 100%. And even if I believe you've left Jacob, I mean, I'm just all I'm kind of going off of there is you didn't tag him in a training post, and also the sort of word in here as well. Again, that could be obviously you live and you learn. I don't know why it just went on to pages there, but you live and you learn realistically from your, I say mistakes, but you know what I mean. You just live and you learn with everything that you do within the process. And again, like obviously you're saying about the adding food in, potentially a little bit too quickly post show. Obviously, first of all, kind of understanding that you're not like you're not primed to grow post show. Like first of all, initially the sort of main priority should just be your health recovery. And then when you are in a better place, getting bloods done and stuff like that will obviously back that up. Then you can look to, shuttle that food from like a kind of focusing on recovering to then actually shuttling that towards, this is good, this food's going to be productive for me to actually build more muscle. Um, and obviously being a little bit more patient potentially with that sort of process. But yeah, that is, I think, Brandon, literally you covered the main sort of gist of that. But if it is a case of you do want to compete again, just a case of getting that all timelined and literally as soon as possible, and
yeah,
as Brandon was saying there, sort of working back from that, and you have your story then in terms of rough body weights, phase length and stuff like that. But if you don't have a coach, and I would assume you would, obviously you're going to be competing again at some point. That would be again number one sort of protocol
100%.
to get that sort of stuff and check. And obviously you know yourself how beneficial it is to have a coach, because you've been through a prep before. You've been through a prep with a coach who was obviously there for you every step of the way. I've seen some of the stuff that you put up regarding Jacob and the times obviously that he was up at, obviously with the time differences and stuff like that. Obviously being there for you as a coach, and obviously you will know the value, as I say, of that. So yeah, that would be the main sort of pointers in the direction that we think you should be heading in terms of phases, getting a coach and stuff like that, and getting things on the best possible track. But yeah, that is all
Yeah,
I
sorry,
think.
I've just got a couple of things to go over there. Two things I want to go over there is obviously, like, we don't know the context, and there's many reasons why someone would leave a coach. However,
Yeah, yeah,
the worst possible time you can leave a coach is post prep. Okay, that is literally the worst possible time. Your body's in the most vulnerable position, and especially when you don't necessarily, you may not have, the knowledge that is required to nail a post-show phase, and especially when it's your first time competitor. You've never went through this. You will make mistakes if you don't have a coach and that guidance
yeah,
with you. But obviously, again, context dependent, there's a lot of things or reasons why you might leave a coach when it comes to financials. Like, I know coaches are luxury, etc. All these reasons, so I'm not sort of judging you for that. I'm just kind of, putting it out there that post-show
hmm,
would probably be the worst possible time to have a coach. And again, the thing I wanted to go over there, just in regards to something you touched up on, was just that initial post-show period. So,
yeah,
as you mentioned, the priority is recovery. Now, with recovery, you want to gain a bit of body fat. So initially, you would like to, bump up the calories like a decent amount realistically. Obviously, like, you sort of have some data to go off of when it comes to the peak week. Again, how sort of brutal and hard the final weeks of your prep is will sort of dictate as well, how you go about that post-show period. So again, a lot of content needed here for us to sort of, recommend,
yeah,
how
yeah,
you could do this post-show better. But kind of as a rough guide, like, you do want a little bit more aggressive out the gates with that rate of gain. But you do want to see that slow down. You don't want to be continually gaining a kg a week, a couple
yeah,
months down the line. That's when you're just getting fat, okay? So initially, we would like a little bit more aggression when it comes to, putting on the body fat, recovering, getting to that spot where, again, it's very person dependent, where you have that decent amount of body fat on you, that you're healthy, you feel good again, getting blood done, especially seeing where sort of your test levels are at. That can be a really good dictator of how healthy you are if you're actually ready to, quote unquote, start the off season. Obviously, the off season pretty much starts post prep, but I do like to sort of say, post-show recovery, and then we start the off season.
Yeah,
There, and then from there you can start to introduce more volume into your training, things like this when you do have that increase in recovery capability. So that's how I would like to go about that post-show period, is being a little bit more aggressive, but still controlled, that you're not, that weight gain isn't coming from shit food.
yeah.
Yes, post-show, go enjoy a meal or two, but be controlled. And again, how you go about your post show will literally dictate, how well your off season will be, how long you can spend in your off season, and honestly, it, your post show now can literally have a direct impact or indirect impact towards your next prep and your next time stepping on stage. So realize as well that no matter what phase you're in, it will impact the next phase, the phase after that, the phase after that, realistically. So yeah, honestly, a lot of things, mate. Again, like, this is why I was so excited for this, because I knew it would
You
just
go
bleed
into so
into.
much detail, like
I know, because I knew it would just would bleed into like just topics that we can provide value with, in a
yeah,
sense, like,
yeah,
and actually provide like real time examples of
yeah.
sort of. Yeah, it's yeah,
Especially with the prep stuff, obviously
yeah,
you will be able to take the reins of that. Obviously, with myself not actually completing a prep, yeah, but it's really fucking cool to see someone as young as a 17, mate. Like
mate. Like, do not. I just want
that's
to
2 years
reiterate that
younger than me. So
17,
he'll be
17 years old.
2008.
8. That is. I feel like Unk just saying that out loud. Like,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, it'll be 2008. So that's fucking crazy. And yeah, that's just that's fucking mental. Very, very
Yes.
bright future ahead.
Sorry, just
Um,
one last thing I want to go over. What would you like to see brung up when you look at sort of, especially like the back end of prep? What would you like to see sort of brought up in his physique? Would you
from
say?
like you want to look at the, I'll just look at the
Yeah,
pump
yeah, yeah.
shots.
So obviously quads very
Yeah,
very strong.
quads like are like fucking, they steal the show. I think probably like I'd like to see lats kind of match the quads, to be honest, to kind of just improve that whole V taper, because quads do steal the show. Not as if lats are weak, but I just think, as you were saying there, like strong points can make other things look a little bit weaker. You look like you do have pretty long arms. I'm not saying they're not fucking like filled out, but you realise that you can always have more arms. So
What I
probably
would say, it does seem like a
arms,
tall.
lats.
It does seem like a tall individual.
Yeah,
So what I would say, like when it comes to your torso, so your arms and your legs, it is going to be sort of harder to fill those out. So especially see if you've got that side chest, mate.
yeah,
Side chest, I would, especially that side leg, because you do look like you have pretty long legs. I would like to see that being filled out, and especially match the quad as well, because your quads are strong. Like, you can clearly see that the hamstring is a little bit underdeveloped
yeah,
compared to the quad, and then arms as well. Again, when it comes to having longer arms, just filling
yeah.
them out a little bit more and putting a little bit more priority on them. But honestly, can you go to the rear double bicep? Sorry, just
Yeah,
to see
mate, it's
that.
an easy fix though. Again, like it's
It
not
is,
as
mate.
if like
Great spot as well.
hamstrings, lats, and arms 3 times a week is fucking incredibly
Yeah,
drastic.
can you go to
Or
the rear double bicep? Sorry.
real double, yeah,
I think his back's really good. I honestly don't think like you need much priority on your back. I know you were seeing the lats there,
yeah,
but
yeah,
I would like to just see glutes. I think as well, especially when you look at the condition. Like,
yeah,
again, like if you want to get next time you step on stage really peel glutes, you need muscle there. So I would like, again, something that you could do here as well is similar to George, actually, would be sort of training quads once per week, having that posterior day or pull session where you're doing a hinge pattern there, and that'll kind of get. Well, really, I say actually that a little bit different to George. Sorry, I would like to see that posterior day. Really, you can just do a hams and glutes leg session with a little bit of quad there as well, is what I would recommend. But I would recommend having a good amount of priority on that hamstring glutes and just arms as well. And again, arms are so easy to prioritize. You can hit them pretty much. Honestly, like people are really
every
don't
other day.
realize. Honestly, every other day. Or genuinely, if you're doing like a 4 day split every single day you're in the gym, if you're doing like an upper
Mate,
lower split, whatever.
I train biceps on a Saturday and a Sunday.
Yep. I did recently just change, but I used to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
And again, there was no problem when it comes to recovery, when it
yeah.
comes to progress, like no problem at all. And again, something I got asked actually, someone asked me a question on Instagram. They were asking me, uh, is it okay for them to do hammer curls before they go into their pull work? And I was like I personally, in my upper session today, I trained biceps and triceps before I go into my pressing and pull work, and for me, it's completely fine. And it could be completely fine for every single one of my clients. However, you're not me, you're not one of my clients. Try it for yourself,
Yeah.
reevaluate, assess.
There's no set in stone, this is right, this is wrong. Like
100%, mate. 100%.
realistically, like there is merit to it, there's rationale behind it that on paper it could be good, but realistically, like you try it, like can you progress shit after it? Do you feel good for it? Like on paper, I like to train arms and stuff before I go into my upper work. Just a case of prioritization. You get blood flowing. You get blood flowing around about the joints. Especially obviously like when it comes to training. If you're training both biceps and triceps, you just feel a lot fuller, less fragile. Your body's actually warm in terms of obviously warm as in just like metaphorically speaking, like kind of ready to train and also warm in temperature as well. So there is strong rationale for it, but again, you just need it's that trial and error. Is the main sort of thing.
Mate, the thing is, like, how many, like, most bodybuilders you probably see, especially with like the sort of like level of knowledge we now have, like, how many people do you see like where they could be improving on their process, but they could improve on their training, but they're still making shit ton of progress because they've got
Yeah.
the basics of intensity. They're progressing on the lifts, even if it's not the most accurate.
Yeah,
Like
mate.
all these
You know
things that
those people like that go and train so fucking hard, but they'll be like their training's fueled on fucking McDonald's. But they still
yeah,
go and progress, mate, because you can do it. Like the bottom line
you
is you
can.
need to train hard and you need to train to
Yeah,
realistically you need to train to a decent standard, but obviously the higher the standard you train to, the higher the standard you open the higher standard of results you open the door to. But the bottom line is intensity.
100%, mate.
Like that
100,
that is the bottom
100%.
line. Like people watching this, you'll know people when you're younger, especially when you're at school and stuff like that. You'll be like, how the fuck does he get away with eating a Chinese for lunch? Yeah, he's benching 120 kilos in fourth year. You see him in the
That
gym
was
at 5
so
o'clock.
exact. I love that example. That was,
He's eating chips and curry sauce at lunch and he's benching fucking 4 plates and he's like 16.
but the thing is, mate,
Yeah.
that works until it doesn't. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, you
You know what I'm
will
saying?
run
Like,
into fucking
yeah,
issues.
yeah,
Literally, food is fuel, as we both say. Like
yeah,
as you say, as I've said before and stuff like that. Like you wouldn't put the shittiest of shitty fuel in your supercar. And in
yeah.
this context, you are the supercar, so don't put
You're
shit
indeed.
fuel in. Don't put shit fuel in the
You're
supercar.
indeed. But
But yeah,
to conclude that, pretty much, what was the topic? The topic was, I literally had it in my head.
prioritizing arms and stuff like that at the head of the sessions. Trial
Nah.
and
Oh,
error.
no, sorry. When it comes to training, yeah, sorry. You pretty much you could only get to a certain point when it comes to nailing your variables. It'll come to a certain point where your progress will be capped out. You know what I'm saying? It'll be
Yeah,
capped
yeah,
out,
yeah. And
and then to
sometimes they'll
get to
start
that
to keep
next,
up on you.
yeah, 100%. So that concludes that. But next physique, please, Lewis.
Mr. Buddy Caldwell,
Okay.
coached by Mr. Jack Kinsey Clough, so that's a pretty cool one.
Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff.
Um,
I actually saw Jack posted him on his story
yeah,
today.
mate, he's a fucking teen.
Teen. I think it was his most muscular. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
It's just the quads, mate.
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sick. What?
he's got a fucking so much muscle through the quads.
So what's the context here?
Right,
If you can read that
context:
out.
84 kilos, 19 years old. At the end of his push-up, they've now been training for around 2 or 3 years, but only recently, last 45 weeks, started working with Jack Kinsey Clough. Goes to compete as a natty first timer this year.
Okay, out the gates, 100 million% should have started with Jack months earlier.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like the thing is, even if you start prep now, like your prep is probably going to be pretty brutal, mate, for the body composition that you're in right now. Obviously, this isn't the best lighting in a sense, but to get in stage condition, you're going to have to pull up a decent amount of weight here. And you're very well muscled. Like those quads, mate. Look at the actual fucking size of them.
Yeah.
Like that is nothing. To be fair, rare shots, the hamstring detail, like actually, to be fair, I've not looked at all the shots here, so that does look a little bit better here, body composition wise. But I do think even if you are in a good body composition, like realistically, if you could have started with Jack earlier, I definitely would have recommended it, or just a coach for that sense.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
again,
Sorry, you go.
sorry, like Jack, great coach, and I'm sure he's going to guide you to the stage in a very good manner. He's going to get you in stage condition field, but just sort of like a sort of lesson to learn there is what I would say.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The longer you start with a coach beforehand, the more they know your body, the more you get to know them as a coach, the more they know how you operate, the more gaps they can kind of fill within your process and that sort of time. Like the more time, the merrier. There's never like you'll never hear it where someone's like, "Oh, I started with my coach too early." Like that's not a thing. But
100%.
you
100%.
you'll quite frequently hear it. Oh, I wish I started a little bit earlier. It's nothing you can change now, realistically. But right now, for where where you're in, things are looking good. I think there's going to be a pre-prep diet. I I think he's
Okay.
competing
Okay, no,
towards the end.
that changes scenario.
I think so. I'm honestly don't quote me on it.
Okay.
Um, don't quote me on it, but I believe that because I believe he's competing towards the latter end
Now,
of.
he did say here he's competing as a 91st timer, and usually the first timer shows are earlier in the year.
Yeah, you do have the other ones towards the end of
Yeah.
last year, the end of the year right now.
Do you want to go in Jack's story and actually see if he gave any context as well to like where he is currently now?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just going to
Um,
type in Jack Kinsey Cliff from here because I don't know
we'll
what's
get
on
you.
my recently searched on Instagram. Won't be anything bad. Um, just don't want it up on the
Mega.
pod. Oh, right, he's just started prep now. Right, okay, okay.
Sick. Okay. Any context there? Just day one of prep.
Yeah, day one of prep. First timer teens junior going into the 2026 season. Realistically, like very fucking well muscled. Um,
See on a teen stage, I will be very, very shocked if you compete with another team that is sort of like
as
got
dense as this.
got more muscle than you. You
Yeah,
know, is very well muscled. And I gonna predict you're gonna be very competitive.
yeah,
This season, which is very good. So even in a junior lineup, you still have more than enough muscle to be competitive in a junior lineup as well,
yeah,
which is
hundred
very cool.
percent, 100%. I actually thought he was already junior, just going off of like the beard and stuff like that. He looks fucking. He looks a lot older than a teen.
Do you want to
Um,
go? Sorry, can you just go to the front double and front lat spread and side chest? I'm not seeing those shots.
it's front double there.
Posing wise as well, obviously,
Yeah,
again,
I was
you're
just
coached
about to
by
say you
Jack.
could be a little bit softer on the
Yeah, yeah,
knees, and I think that will
yeah.
help so much in terms of like
Again, the
shooting.
arms as well, just like a little bit imbalanced there in regards to posing.
Yeah,
So again, like posing, this is something I want to talk about as well when it comes to like it's day one of prep, and especially where your posings are right now, like, there's a lot to improve on here. Get fucking doing the rounds, doing the
yeah,
rounds, practicing your posing. Again, you've got Butcher by your side as well, and you have actually said to me a couple times how fucking beneficial it's been,
yeah, mate.
and that's with
It's super beneficial.
mate,
And
and
like I
that's
said,
with you already. Sorry, that's with you already having a really solid foundation of posing.
yeah, and like I said, there it's no one like Butcher literally said this the other day. No one ever goes, "Oh, I started posing too early."
Yeah,
Like
100%.
even when it comes from like a posing stamina sort of standpoint, like mate, I could go round after round after round, and I feel like it's fucking easy,
Yeah.
like because of how long I've done it for. And again, it's just that sort of muscle memory, like knocking it into yourself. But yeah,
Can you go on to his front lat and side chest? Sorry. Okay.
from that here, just again soft on knees, realistically, a
Yeah.
little bit more
Again, mate,
bend at
like
the knee.
he's coached by Jack, who is literally a posing coach as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
extremely
yeah. So I'm
beneficial.
sure that will be refined, obviously over the due course of prep. But with the fucking ridiculous size in the quads, you could be showing that like a whole load better just from like
So
even
much
just like
better, yeah.
simple things like, as I say, a little bit more soft knees, dragging the knees out over
And
the
again,
outside of the feet, kind of.
there as well, hip positioning, like you can see his hips are like very far forward.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
just be thinking about like almost like a fucking RDL, mate, when you're getting your ass to the back of the room, shift those
yeah.
hips back, bend those knees a lot more, and that front lat spread will look
Hmm.
fucking juicy. That will look juicy.
Yeah, they still
Can you
keep
go
the proud chest, kind of titties over toes, is what Butcher says to
yeah.
me.
Can you go to this side chest, please?
Yeah, yeah. Where are we? See, that's
Very
a good
nice.
shot.
Nah, mate, look at that fucking side leg again. Jesus. That is a monstrous one. Mate, that is like that is really like balanced as well. Like even though his side leg is good,
Yeah,
like
you don't look at that and nothing stands out. I'm like,
yeah.
I would like
And
nothing
again,
sticks out to me.
posing wise, really good here. Really
Yeah,
good here.
yeah,
Yeah, that's really fucking good shot,
yeah.
mate. Really
Like
good shot.
that's spot on. Yeah,
Do you
nothing.
want to flick through a little bit more of the shots so
Yeah,
just to see
yeah.
a little bit more here.
Side tricep, delts that fucking really
Monstrous,
round.
mate. Monstrous.
Yeah.
Like that is a teen. What like what has happened to the world, mate? What
They
has actually
they
happened to the
put
world?
something weird in the water in the past
Mate,
couple of years.
genuinely, genuinely, it is so fried to
Yeah,
think about. It is so fried to think about.
yeah,
Again, just pose improvements there, but again, see when you get peeled, this is going to be a crazy good shot.
yeah. Uh-huh.
That's good as well. I think I would like to see. I'm being very nitpicky here, but a little bit more erectors. Again, I can't really see like the image like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
close
Hold on, I'm
on,
trying.
but you can just see like when it comes to. I think lats as well. To be fair, especially in that relaxed squid, can
Yeah,
see a little bit. A little bit more lats, but again, that's maybe nitpicky. But solid physique, so much muscle, and again, super excited to see prep unfold. This is what I love about like Instagram, social media. Like, it's so cool to see, people like this starting prep, and then you
yeah.
see them a couple months down the line, you sort of get
I
to see
think
that journey.
Yeah, I think body composition's in a good place now. I just think that it's kinda hidden a little bit by the fact that he's a big gorilla. He's a
I
hairy
was
boy.
gonna say like he's very
It
hairy,
is in
yeah,
a good position because you initially look and you think, not that you're like, oh my god, it's like fucking overly soft, but
yeah, yeah,
I think it is. It's kind of blurred a little bit by that because you can see there's fucking quad detail in there already. So
yeah.
I think he's starting
Again,
prep at a really fucking good,
again, I did say
only
that
kind of
after
second
literally looking
glance.
at
Yeah,
like a couple poses, but I do think it is still a
yeah.
good
When
prep
you see it now,
start. But
you're like,
again,
yeah, he's starting from a really good standpoint.
yeah, it is sort of a good point. Like, could he be leaner? Yes, but again, it's still a good start.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's another one. I'm gonna just how do I check the time that we're on right now?
We're an hour in, and it is 21 minutes past 6.
I know we're in. Do you want to do one more and then we'll round it off there?
Let's do two more, because I
No.
want to do one of my clients as well, because a
Oh,
couple
right.
of my
Okay.
clients
Okay.
did
Okay.
put
Right.
in
So I'll do Mr. Andre.
lovely
Um.
stuff. I compete with Andrew twice.
Yeah. Wait. I believe. Yeah.
Can
Would
you
you
send
guys
it?
judge my physique for the podcast? Right, here we are. So yeah.
Just
Where are we? Just going to
just go
the
on this page, yeah.
Yeah. Just going to the Gardry post this physique regularly. Anyway. So we have
So
Mr.
much muscle, so much muscle.
Andre. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his second name. But one of the most Instagram doesn't do the physique justice type of
I mean,
physique
look at
that
that
you
side chest,
you
mate.
see. Yeah, like, that's fucking nuts. But even for front shots and stuff, like he looks a whole lot bigger than that in real life.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, so
It
this
does.
is week 23 off season. We've got it here. 23 weeks post show. I believe his last show was the WNBF Supernaturals,
Yes, it was.
which he
It was.
took first place at. Let's just pull that up
You did
now.
indeed.
Yeah.
That was
So
in
yeah,
the teens tall class. There was two
yeah,
classes at that
teens
show.
tall, for the WNBF Supernaturals. Was he with Josh from like the starter prep and stuff like that as well?
Yes, he was. He
Yeah.
was
Oh yeah, because
because
he was with Josh for fucking
um
ages actually, wasn't he?
not ages, but I think it was like a good few months before prep, because I'm
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
sure they
yeah, yeah.
actually met. They met in pro life, I think.
Yeah, yeah, because Andy was just like silly strong and stuff like that. I remember Josh
Yeah, yeah,
speaking a little bit about that. But yeah, post show has been managed pretty fucking well from a condition standpoint. Still like fucking
yeah.
you can see that little bit of detail in the glutes. Legs are just fucking silly. There's
They are
just so
silly.
much density to it. The side chest is just really fucking good. A whole lot of fucking muscle. Um so yeah, just like a really fucking well muscled teen physique. So yeah, anything that jumps out at you, obviously was sharing the stage with Mr. Andre.
Just for his
And
prep, it would just be the conditioning on. Like, he just wasn't in the best of sort of conditions. But again, that was for there's context to that when it comes to the health implications all of a sudden
yeah,
that
I was
Andrew
about to
was
say
having. So
struggled a little bit with
Josh
that.
wasn't able to sort of push him to the condition that, especially like, obviously like at the BNBF Scottish when me and Andrew stepped on stage, like when you're stepping on stage with like someone like myself who is in condition, like it does get it's very prominent, it does sort of show, like if you go on that post earlier, especially when you turn to the rear, like it does sort of show. And like, Andre probably has more muscle than me, but I
Oh
just out
yeah,
condition him.
uh-huh,
I just out condition him there.
yeah,
You know,
and it does obviously like it does pay dividends, obviously giving yourself that enough time to push for that condition. But again, as you said, obviously there was like a lot of things that kind of put like an almost roadblock in front of getting into condition. And again, I'm quite surprised with how well post show has been managed in terms of like a look standpoint, in terms of growing, obviously with the issues with regarding testosterone as well. Like Bloods came back like pretty fucking shit for a while, I believe, and he's
Yeah,
still managed to fucking grow as well as he has done. So that's obviously pretty fucking good to see as well.
yeah. I
But
would
I
say as
just
well,
yeah,
like,
just a case of condition. But obviously, like there was kind of outside, kind of extenuating circumstances, if that's the word,
yeah,
that kind of played a part in pushing for condition slash not pushing for condition in this sort of circumstance. But yeah, very well muscled. Obviously, will be looking to compete again. I assume as a junior, 2028. He's a 2005, isn't he?
yeah, same year as me. But the thing is, like, Andre is still in good condition. It's just when you do step on stage with someone who is in true stage condition. Like, for
Yeah,
example,
yeah,
at the BNBF Scottish, mate, like, again, he competed as a teen, like, he placed second in a teen show. Like, that is still very, very good. He still beat a lot of teens, and for a teen standard, it is still very, to a very standard. Again, he placed first in the tall class. So it goes to show that he's still done very good. I know that obviously at the BNBS Scottish, especially that was Andrew's sort of like really like first introduction to bodybuilding. Like even before he stepped on stage, like it was still was very, very new to him. So like, especially after the show, like me and Josh were sort of just like kind of, letting him know that like it's not about winning, mate. Like it generally is not fucking about winning. It's about
yeah,
the package that you bring to stage. And like, again, mate, like look how cool that is. Like he's standing in an overall. Like look at the amount of muscle he has. Like he's not being sort kind of out muscled in a sense. Like
yeah.
it's like he has a lot of muscle. And again, next time when he competes with even more muscle and hopefully healthier as well, when he can actually get in true stage condition, that'll be a fucking good look,
Yeah,
mate.
that'd be a
That'll be a good
fucking
look.
dangerous physique.
Very dangerous. Very
Look
dangerous.
forward to seeing that. But yeah, that's pretty fucking cool to see. So your client, who am I pulling up now?
Yes. Um, Leo. I'm not. I do.
Oh, Leo Szczinski or something
Leo
like.
Szczinski fit.
Yeah, I've pulled up
I'm
my
pretty
search
sure I had
engine.
someone
We've got
else.
a load of different WNBF international shows. We've searched up a Celtic player as well. For any that don't watch Old Firm, I don't know why, but Celtic fans were really praising this guy. He was fucking dog shit the full game, but he's like slapped a boy that's a year younger than me at the end of the game. So was at fault for two of Celtic's goals, but he slaps a boy, so Celtic fans love him. But anyway, on to the proper talk here. Mr. Leo Szczinski fit. Teen competitor,
Yes, sorry. 2027.
2017s. Oh Jesus.
How fucking exciting is that,
There
mate?
must be
How
something in the
fucking
water, as the old
mate,
FIFA film
look
states.
at mate. See when he sent the first shots over. I mean, it was the front. The way he's hitting his front lat spread doesn't do him justice right now. But mate, the shape in that shot is
Yeah,
crazy. I'm actually training with Leo on this Saturday, so I'm very excited to see this in person and obviously go over some kind of posing tweaks. Which again, mate, Leo, I think we've been working together. I'm not sure. I'll check here. Just did I
about
say it there?
20 odd weeks if I had to put a guess on it.
I'll check them out just so everything's. But yeah, like mate, see from the get go, he has took every single bit of feedback on board. Like, see his
Yeah,
training. Like
that's all you can
right now,
ask for, mate.
I've got his sheets up right now. He's up to almost 550 carb on train day already. His body weight's literally been pretty much just like stable for the last couple of months. We've just been adding in more food, adding in more food. So we've only been working together for 15 weeks, mate. Okay, and genuinely. His training is to such a high standard, mate. Such a high standard. And I'm again very
It
excited to
shows.
train with him on Saturday. It does show, like, especially his legs. So when he came to me, his lower body was extremely underdeveloped, especially his
Yeah,
quads. And you can see now, especially his adductor, mate, like especially like the adductor gap that he had when he first started was so prevalent. You can see right now, mate. He has genuinely went in. I think for the first 10 weeks, he genuinely went in and added like 5 kg to the adductor. Like he's
yeah,
almost like pinning like 2 or 3 plates, I think, to the adductor stat. Like he's just been progressing like absolutely crazy. And again, Leo is someone who just fucking loves training, mate. He just loves
yeah,
training. He just loved training. See when, like, it honestly reminds me of like me when I first started so much.
Yeah,
Like, I
it's
just love
always good
training,
when you
and
get that though, a client that you
I know, mate,
see,
it
like
does.
you see yourself and you're like, fuck, this is like a little mini me in a way.
Yeah, and like see when Leo just gets that correct little bit of guidance, his progress just skyrockets. And I think a lot of people can learn from that. But especially see that most muscular, mate, like look at his fucking delts, like the shape is just it's
Yeah.
really good, mate.
So
So
what
again,
what
well,
year is he?
he is
It
let me
must
get
be
I want to say
2000.
oh 07, oh 08, oh 08,
Yeah, just
oh
about to say,
08.
it can't be '07 if he's
And he's late oh 08 as well, mate. Late oh 08 as well.
Oh, it's always good when you have late weights, man. Whenever I'm ready to be a dad, I'll be planning so they can be late, so they can do late shows.
The late shows, yeah. And the priority right now is just long gaining phase ahead, and then
Yeah,
we've pretty much got like a rough timeline for pre-prep, which will be the late end of this year, pretty much. So the majority of this year will be spent gaining a lot of tissue added. You can see body composition's holding really well. Again, front lats is very, very good. Like posing is just getting better on a weekly basis. Like that's something
yeah,
like even now, mate, when he's competing in a year and a good bit's time, like we're still
yeah. You're
just
already on that
nailing
straight
these.
away.
You know what I'm saying?
Again, yeah.
So
People
yeah,
might think that's premature, but it's literally fucking not. Like it's so fucking important just to be on your shit early. Like as I said before, like there's no such thing as being early. Like you're either early or you're late. It's like
if you want to
it's
go onto his
simple as
page as well,
that.
because he did send me, he said he wanted to like look at his training as well. So just like if you want to just play like I don't know a set or two in the background to kind of see where your training's at. So this is what the Gym Echo hack, I think. I'm not sure how much load he has on here, but you can just sort of see the quality of training. Like even when it comes to the little things like keeping the set continuous, composure, breathing, like it's all fucking nailed down, mate. It's all nailed down. And again, I said to him initially to use a seatbelt on literally fucking everything, mate. And I was like, mate, just trust me, just do it. And like the difference it has made to his leg
Yeah.
training, especially like, is absolutely crazy. Like see the amount more tension you can put through your quads and then intent you can have. Like I know how do you find it on the side by side?
I mean, it's game changing. It
Yeah, it's game
acts as
changing,
like
mate.
a belt as well, not just a seat belt, like an actual belt. Do you know what I love to see here as well? Towards the end of the set, especially as it starts to get harder, the eccentrics slow down to allow
That is
for
something that
that fucking an actual
yep,
sufficient enough bracing. You need that. You need that. Like, cause everyone you see on your Instagram when you scroll occasionally, and you will fucking see like it's like one of those reels from one of those kind of Gen Pop kind of coaches, and it's just like well, your eccentric should be the same speed. Concentric should be the only thing that changes. Like that's such a blanket statement. Like it's not taking into consideration any fucking form of context at all. And obviously, like the whole ideology behind slowing your eccentrics down towards the end of the set is obviously, especially on like a leg movement, like a squat pattern, a leg press, you will find it more difficult to get that brace in. So taking that extra half a second to a second to allow yourself to get that brace in, get it nice and tight, they therefore transcends into a sufficient enough force output, better chance of getting the rep, more stimulus, more growth. It's literally as simple as that. And it doesn't, that's why I say I wouldn't let these little blanket statements kind of overrule the things that you do within your training. But yeah, I'm a big fan of just like, especially towards the end of like a leg press or a squat pattern, even if it's like a case of two
massive.
breaths at the top, like it fully continuous up until a point. Like,
Yep, 100%. And again, like that's something you can see Leo right. You can see as well like, in the caption here as well. Like, and this is something that I gave the feedback to Leo for the set was I do think he could have had another win there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
again, like you can still see like mate, he still progressed. The set was still progressed, but like it's just even when you're trained to a very high standard, sometimes there's still sets where you do call it a little bit early. You know, and like these little
Yeah,
things
literally.
again.
I literally
Yeah,
spoke about that the other day.
yeah,
I'll pull up that
very nice.
caption actually. With regards to that, I don't know where the fuck it is right enough. It's not gonna fucking load. Oh, there we are. Literally, like, I believe I called this set, a rep shy, but that's like the beauty of training. Like you can always improve upon things. Like there always is something to improve upon.
Always,
And obviously
always,
when
always,
like
always.
you'll be like this as well, but when you are like doing form feedback, and again you will be at times being nitpicky, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
being nitpicky is often the difference between, you know, making like a good amount of progress and a fucking great amount of progress when you can nail all these little tiny intricate variables, obviously off the back of a baseline of just strong foundations of just like the non-negotiables within training. That is often what can like fucking skyrocket progress. I think this is my last rep here.
Still a very good last rep. The thing
Yeah, it's
is,
not a
like,
very good last rep, but you know the way my last reps usually are on this.
yeah, I know, like, yeah. But again, like, especially the stage you're at right now, like, is taking quote unquote 50-50 reps the smart decision, you know. So
Yeah, yeah, with how not even like the depth into prep, just like the condition. Let me just stop sharing my screen. Stop sharing.
oh, good.
There we are.
That was very good, mate. That was very
Yeah,
good.
that's
I thought
fucking so enjoyable. Like I find like I was saying this to Ellie earlier on, with regards to like inquiry responses and stuff, like kind of just timeline and people's stuff to just kind of show them this is how it would be. I find like stuff like that so fucking like therapeutic, like
so enjoyable, mate.
programming, like
Mate, I would say
when you
programming,
get
mate.
a
I've
physique,
had
you break the physique down and you program from it, mate. It's
so
literally like you could wind
it,
down and do that.
mate, it feels like a game almost, like, because like I genuinely like am so fucking passionate about it. Like
Yeah,
I had 3 startups this weekend, especially when it is competitors and like they have a good amount of muscle, like really like, you know, you can be a bit nitpicky when it comes to
yeah,
programming, things like this, like the
and
intricacies.
be a little bit more out there and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
fucking
and
cool.
I
Like,
fucking love it, mate. I genuinely love it, and
yeah.
like, like that, like, that's my job. Like, I'm so grateful for that. You know, I'm so grateful for that. And it is just fun, mate. It is very fun.
Yeah, that's something I look forward to in the future. With regards to like competitive athletes and stuff like that. Obviously, with
Yeah,
myself first competing this year, and then obviously from there, you kind of unlock the right to coach competitive athletes. I think it'd be
100%.
wrong to tell someone to be able to try and take someone for a prep when you've not done it yourself. Obviously,
Yeah, mate. I actually during my prep, actually, I had some people ask me, um, like just when I was starting my prep, sorry, like if I could prep them, for like the same year I was prepping. I literally told them,
yeah,
like, I'm not gonna
yeah. I've had that
prep
one
you
since. Oh yeah.
when I've not prepped myself. It's that
Oh
simple. And
yeah.
that, and like, again, like that's me almost like, that's to my detriment. You know, like I could
Yeah.
do that if I want, but I
Yeah.
know that I'm not gonna be able to provide the best service
Uh-huh.
possible. And it's
Yeah,
that
and it just
honesty
looks
that
bad on you, yeah, 100%. It's just about
100%.
staying honest, like, obviously, like, being, like, confident in your ability, but when you don't have that first-hand experience, and when you don't have that first-hand experience, you can't I just think it's wrong to be trying to, you know, almost while you're guiding yourself through the process, almost guiding other people through when you don't have that experience yourself. But I think that's a big thing to do because you realise that you could just pocket some fucking money and get
Yeah,
on with it.
I could have, but mate, like, honestly,
But it's
experience is
not about
everything.
that,
Like,
like
I was saying this to that's so bad that I forgot his name. I'm so bad with names, but he's competing at BNBF Scottish, Josh's client, Junior.
Oh, Lewis Hoskins.
Yeah, Lewis. I was speaking to him. Yeah, really like Lewis, and he has a lot of
Yeah,
muscle and
yeah,
a
no,
very
he's
good physique.
he's he's very very chill guy.
But I was talking about him because he's looking to get into coaching, and I was like, kind of, it was just sort of like, we were just like kind of talking about it. And I was like, mate, like, the best thing that you can do is to start coach clients. Like, you, no matter how much you research, no matter how much fucking courses you do, etc. Like, I spend a lot of time researching
Yeah,
and continuing to enhance my knowledge, and it definitely is beneficial, of course. But the most things you learn is, by going through prep yourself,
yeah,
by having clients, etc. Go through the off seasons. That you learn so much, the mistakes you make,
yeah.
to not make to your clients,
Uh-huh.
things
It's
like
just
this.
that
Like, just being in,
application. You've got
yeah,
that trial and
100%.
error. Like it's the same with bodybuilding, and like the more you do that, the more confident you become with it. Like it literally is just a case of, you know, the more experience you get, the better. And again, obviously over time you learn. It's all fine and well knowing how to fucking, you know, push fucking body weight, push body weight, pull body weight, etc., etc. But managing a variety of different people over time, you build up that skill to manage a human being, like, like
Biggest thing, mate. Biggest thing.
100%. Like, if you're not a people person, like you don't need to be a people person or just don't coach. Like, you need to be able to manage like people, like and
The
people's
thing,
problems, and understanding that like people's problems will be very fucking unique. Like you could have someone come to you and be like, "Fuck, that's crazy," and obviously you will have dealt with this as well. Like you will have helped clients deal with issues that are totally unrelated to bodybuilding, but you just do it because it's like you can give advice from this because you've maybe been in their shoes. But again, obviously there does come a time and place where you kind of need to. I've never actually had this myself, but you kind of need to step back and go, "That's like out of my field." Like,
Mate, the, the,
go see
the thing
someone
is,
else
like,
for this. Like,
yep, the thing is, like, mate, you don't realize like it can be a lot on the coach sometimes. Like
yeah,
people are like coming to you, when they are struggling with, maybe even mental health problems, and they need
yeah.
someone to talk to
Mate,
vent to. Like
it's life
you,
coaching, mate. Like that.
mate,
That's what my
honestly
gran was
is.
saying to me. Like, it's like some
The,
more life coaching.
Mate, it literally is because the thing is, like, see when you're sort of that life coach, like
Yeah.
that's when you're able to bring the best out of that client
Uh
and
huh.
learn how to, get them to fully apply themselves. Like it literally is so much more than
Yeah,
training
it's it literally is
development.
so much more than a fucking like it's like actual digging into a person's psychology, finding out
It
like
literally is, mate.
how they operate as a person and just getting the best out of them. Like that's why I always enjoyed like fucking we used to do like at school, you would get split into like houses at school or like whatever it would be. So we had like four or something. And when we were in 6th year, we were like the football managers of each year. So it'd be me and one of my mates and we'd like it'd be so fucking good because you would just be managing like a team of people and you'd be getting the most out of them to then get the most out of the results, and it was just so like it was just so rewarding that feeling. Like
Yeah.
it's irreplaceable. I think.
I fucking love my job, but yeah, that's it, mate.
Speak,
But a
speak.
really good episode, mate. Do we
Yeah.
have much more physiques? Do you know, like off the top of your head?
I may
A
have.
good few, like
Yeah, three or four maybe left.
cool. So I,
We can obviously do these on like a monthly basis. Um, And obviously, again, it's good. It creates the inside the process community. And
it's really good
obviously,
to see actually how much people send their physiques in, and
yeah,
like
yeah, it's crazy. It is.
it's
It's
cool.
really crazy. Off the back of the community comment, share everything to your story. It goes a long way. Like it actually does go a long way. Like
It generally makes me smile when I see
yeah,
like
yeah, because
someone
you see,
mention in
you're
a
like, fuck,
story that they're
someone's taking
watching
their
that.
time out of their day to
Genuinely, yeah,
listen to us talk. Especially when
I
it's a
know.
beyond the process one. It's like, fuck's sake, someone's taking their time out of their day to listen to us talk, right?
At least they're getting at
Yeah, at
something
least
at
they're
this one.
getting something from this. But yeah, like it helps us grow as a podcast, helps us reach more people, and it will eventually help us head towards the Beyond the Stage Awards for
You were gonna say that,
2026.
and you were gonna say that.
We are coming. We are coming. Just it'll be a matter of time before we do Beyond the Process fucking t-shirts and shit. Both Charles and Banner were talking about it. If they can do it, then we can do it.
Of course we can. Listen, we can do anything we put our minds to, mate.
That's exactly
Anything
it,
we
mate.
put our minds to.
That's exactly it. That's exactly
Yeah,
it.
well, I've got to go and have my rice flour, actually, rice flour and cream and ice combo. I'm gonna have.
But yeah, it's cheaper in it, done it like that.
Hey, it's like fucking
It's
10
like pure
times, like,
cutting it with shite. It's like
literally, mate.
I
Like,
don't
see
know.
now that I have rice flour, I realise how processed cream rice is.
Yeah,
Like, just the taste of it, mate. Just the
yeah,
taste
like
of it.
it's so not Whole Foods, is it?
Yeah. But yeah, that's all, 'cause I need to go eat and go to my bed. But thank you for the
All good,
chat
all
as
good.
always, Liz, mate.
Absolutely
And we
peak.
shall see you next week. Yep, next week.
Yeah, yeah, because this is recorded on the Monday. It's a little bit of an earlier one, but yeah,
Yes,
we
yes.
will see you. We'll see you on we'll be on a screen near you very, very soon.
I thought you were going to say a school day.
Yeah. Right, I've stopped it, I believe.
Goodbye.